Okay, let's dive in and shake things up a bit. Have you ever noticed how certain folks just can't resist poking at your limits? They'll cut you off mid-sentence, toss out snarky little jabs, or treat your time and emotions like they're up for grabs. And we're expected to grin and bear it? Not happening. Not today. If you're fed up with tolerating those who don't value you, stick around. This video's got your name on it. I'm about to unpack some raw, maybe slightly edgy ways to deal with disrespect, all while keeping your composure and holding on to your dignity. So strap in, because by the time we're done, you'll be armed with everything you need to make it crystal clear where your boundaries lie. Here we go. 1. Master the silent stare. Let's kick things off with a personal favorite, a subtly fierce move I call the silent stare. You might be wondering, wait, just staring? Really? Absolutely. And here's why it's gold. When someone's blatantly rude or dismissive, few things rattle them more than a steady, cool, totally unfazed stare. Disrespectful people thrive on getting a rise out of you. They want you to stumble, flare up, or bite back. They're itching to pull you into their mess, make you second-guess yourself, or feel diminished. But hit them with a wordless, blank look, the power flips fast. I know it might feel a tad petty at first, but stick with me. There's something unnerving about not getting the reaction they're fishing for. That calm, unwavering gaze says, "I'm not here for your games," without you even moving a muscle. Sometimes it's the loudest no you'll ever deliver. Let me paint a picture. I was in a group meeting once, and this one guy wouldn't stop talking over me, like it was his life's mission. Loud, cocky, acting like the room was his personal stage. I tried cutting in, kept it civil, but he steamrolled right over me. So I switched gears, leaned back, arms crossed, and locked eyes with him. No words, no blinking, just a solid 5-second stare. The air got thick, and the best part, everyone else started glancing his way, waiting to see what he'd do. He faltered, tripped over his own sentence, and couldn't meet my gaze. Didn't interrupt me again that day. That silent stare spoke volumes, more than any comeback could have. And it didn't just shut him down then and there. He actually started giving me more respect after that, like he'd clocked I wasn't someone to mess with. Sometimes, you've got to show who you are without saying a thing. Digging deeper, this isn't just a flex, it's a reset. The silent stare reminds you, and them, that you don't have to jump to anyone's beat. You're not obligated to react emotionally, nor do you need to justify yourself to someone blind to your value. It's about staking claim to your space, your calm, your worth. Too often, disrespect tempts us to argue our case or brush it off to avoid a fuss. But this move, it's not loud or hostile. It's steady, unshaken, and fully in your hands. Plus, it's a wake-up call. People who dish out disrespect often coast by, never facing pushback. That dead-on look holds up a mirror, letting them stew in their own nonsense. They don't like that reflection, and that's exactly why it hits. Here's the bonus. It builds you up too. Standing there, quiet and firm, reinforces that their garbage can't touch you. I used to nervously laugh off rudeness or over-explain when challenged. It was exhausting and left me hollow. But learning to just stare, letting silence take over without flinching, total game changer. It's a quiet rebellion, a bold nod to your own worth. So next time someone's crossing lines or cutting you down, give it a shot. Lock eyes, let your calm weigh heavy. Watch them squirm, and feel the strength it gives you. It's like saying, "I'm too solid to sink into your mess," and that's a vibe worth owning. 2. Let silence be your reply. Here's an underrated gem. Plain old silence. When disrespect comes your way, one of the strongest moves is to say nothing at all. I get it. You might think, doesn't that feel weak, like I'm letting it slide? Nope. Silence isn't passive. It's a deliberate flex. Sometimes the boldest statement you've got. When someone's hurling negativity, they're baiting you into their chaos, hoping you'll shrink or snap, but refuse to bite, leave their words dangling in the air. That silence roars. It forces them to sit with their own junk. And trust me, it's deafening. Why is it so effective? Disrespectful folks feed off reactions, arguments, excuses, anything to keep their game going. Silence cuts that off cold. It says, "You don't get my energy." By not jumping in, you hold the reins, signaling, "I'm not here for your nonsense." Often, the clearest message comes from saying zilch. I've seen it play out. There was this guy who loved tossing veiled insults my way. Jokes that weren't really jokes, you know? One day, he took a dig at my work, fishing for a reaction. Usually, I'd defend myself or clap back. Not this time. I just raised an eyebrow, stared, and let the quiet stretch. He fidgeted, mumbled, and dropped it. Never pulled that stunt again. Silence starved his disrespect of the fuel it needed. The real power here? Choosing silence is choosing you. It's declaring, my peace trumps your take on me. That's not just freeing. It's a total shift. We're conditioned to respond, to prove ourselves to people who don't even care. But silence flips the script. You're not playing their game. You're showing they're not worth your breath. It's not just about winning the moment. It's about guarding your energy. The less you engage with their noise, the more you keep your calm intact. It's like a shield, filtering out their baggage so you can stay steady. I'll level with you. Silence didn't come easy. I used to think not speaking up made me look soft. But every time I argued back, I'd end up spent and annoyed. When I started letting their words float by unanswered, I felt lighter, tougher, more in charge. Each time I skipped the reaction, I reclaimed a bit of myself. So here's my dare. Next time someone crosses you, pause, breathe deep, meet their eyes, and zip it. Let your silence hit hard. You'll see them flinch and feel how liberating it is. Sometimes, nothing says more than, well, nothing. 3. Quit justifying your decisions. This one's gonna resonate. Stop explaining your choices. For real. Ever notice how you make a call for yourself, and someone's instantly in your face with, why'd you do that? Why skip that party? Why take that gig? They act like your life's a group project they get to critique. Truth is, they don't deserve a rundown. Your decisions are yours. End of story. It might ruffle feathers, but let's be honest. When people grill you, they're not after insight. They're itching to judge, to nitpick, to make you waver so they feel smug. You don't have to entertain that. Ditch the explanations, and you take back your freedom, showing them your life's not up for a vote. Why do they even ask? Often your choices rattle their little world. Maybe you're chasing a dream they're too timid for, or breaking a mold they cling to. Your boldness bugs them, and pushing you to explain is their way of nudging you back into their box. But here's the deal. Their discomfort isn't your burden. You're not here to soothe them. I switched careers once, left a cushy gig for something riskier but truer to me. Cue the interrogation. Why ditch stability? How's that gonna pan out? At first I'd spill, talk passion, plans, the works. But it was never enough. The more I shared, the more they prodded, like I owed them proof. Then I flipped it. Next time someone asked, why leave? I hit them with, because I felt like it. No elaboration, just that. The quiet afterward? Electric. They had nothing to grab onto, and soon they quit asking. Here's the magic. Skipping the justification sets you free. It's you owning your path, knowing your choices stand because you made them. No more draining yourself to appease others. You get to pour that energy into living your way. It's a big lesson. Your life doesn't need a thumbs up from the crowd. When you stop explaining, you signal, I'm good with me. No stamp of approval required. Confident people don't dissect their moves for others. They just live. I used to over-explain everything, desperate for buy-in, but it only muddied my own clarity. Now, I give a quick answer, maybe a line, then smile and bounce. Life's lighter that way. Try it. Next time someone probes, hit them with, it's what I wanted, and let it sit. Feel the strength in that. Your choices don't need a cosign. They're legit because they're yours. 4. Step back from the noise. Let's get real. Sometimes the smartest play with disrespectful people is to just keep your distance. Sounds blunt, maybe a bit harsh, but hear me out. Not everyone's earned a spot in your circle. If someone's always crossing lines, cutting you down, or oozing negativity, pulling back isn't cruel. It's you valuing yourself enough to shield your vibe. It's not about grudges or theatrics. It's about picking where your energy goes. Picture your life like an exclusive gig. Not everyone gets in. Why keep someone close who's all take and no respect? Stepping back isn't just okay. It's essential. It clears the haze, letting you see what's what without the guilt trips or mind games. Think about it. Hanging tight with people who don't get you is like handing them a free pass to drain you dry. Then we're shocked when we're wiped out or on edge. Space is self-defense. It guards your headspace, saves your sanity, and makes room for folks who actually lift you up. I had this friend once who couldn't resist sly digs. My job, my love life, even my playlists. I'd shrug it off, thinking, that's just them. But those barbs piled up, and I caught myself dreading our hangouts, always tense for the next hit. So I eased off. No big scene, just stretched our meetups from weekly to monthly. The relief was instant. That distance showed me how much I'd been carrying. I deserved better. People who'd cheer, not chip away. Some will call it cold. They're family, or you've known them forever. And yeah, it can feel weird to admit someone's not good for you. We're taught to stick it out, play nice. But at what price? Guarding your peace isn't selfish. It's survival. You're not here to soak up everyone's punches. Sometimes pulling back says enough louder than words. It's you putting you first. Ditching roles others slap on you. Distance frees you to focus on what builds you up, not what breaks you down. I used to guilt trip myself over this, but letting go of that weight opened up space for growth. So ask yourself, who's dimming your light? Do they really rate that much of you? Step back and watch your energy soar. 5. Stand tall, always. Let's wrap with a timeless move. Keep your head up. Sounds basic, right? But it's a powerhouse against disrespect. When someone's throwing shade, they're betting on shrinking you, hoping you'll doubt, duck, dim yourself. Stand tall, chin high, and you're shouting, wordlessly, I know my worth, and you can't touch it. Confidence throws them off. It's kryptonite to people who feed on tearing others down. They lean on their words having weight, but when you rise above, unshaken, they're left scrambling. It's not their power in question, it's yours, and you're owning it. I had this one person who loved slipping in sly cuts, smirky, backhanded jokes that stung. I'd let it slide, but it gnawed at me, made me dread seeing them. Then I switched it up. Walked in tall, shoulders square, and when the next dig came, I met their eyes, smiled, and rolled on like it was nothing. They eased up, fast. My vibe said, you're not getting to me. And their edge dulled. There's a pull to standing tall. It's like armor, signaling, I'm beyond your reach. Disrespectful types can't stand it. It flips their script. Confidence isn't loud, it's steady, and that's what rattles them. This isn't just for them, it's for you. Holding your head high screams you're enough, no validation needed. It's a quiet claim. Your worth's yours to hold, not theirs to judge. The more you do it, the less their noise even pings your radar. You're too locked into your own groove. I used to shrink under critique, dodging eyes like it'd shield me. But each time I stood firm, refused to let their static in, I grew tougher. It's not just posture, it's mindset. Walk in like you belong, let snark slide off and keep rolling. Their shots? Just their baggage, not yours. Try it. Next time disrespect hits, breathe, square up, look 'em dead on, and rise above. That rush of calm, that untouchable vibe, it's yours. It's you saying, I'm me, and that's plenty. There it is. Tools to tackle those who miss the memo on respect. Life's too short to twist yourself for folks who can't see your shine. You don't need a green light from anyone to stand firm. Guard your calm and live your way. People will push, prod, question. It's just how it goes. But you call the shots on what sticks and how you're treated. The kicker? Owning your worth draws in the right crowd, the ones who boost, not break. It starts with you claiming your space and letting the rest sort itself. So chin up, wield silence when it fits, and don't flinch at walking away from what drags you down. Thanks for tuning in. Drop a like if this hit home. Maybe subscribe for more on running your life and building that unshakable core. Share it with someone who needs the nudge. Got a tale of shutting down disrespect? Comment below. I'm all ears. Catch you next time. Stay solid. And remember, respect kicks off with you.